morning and welcome to everybody from Ball Ground to Turtletown, Tennessee. We are coming to you live from beautiful downtown Appalachia, Georgia, where today it is truly a beautiful, beautiful day. Hope that you have something really special planned today to get outside. It's going to be about 60 degrees, absolutely beautiful. There was a big frost out this morning and just gorgeous, gorgeous day. And I can tell you my allergies are kicking up just a little bit. I don't know what's in the air. But I can tell you, Mother Nature has fooled some things because there's some stuff turning green that probably shouldn't be yet. But it's such a beautiful, beautiful time. So take advantage of this January that is really like a late March. It's been a crazy time in weather. Well, last night, Ball Ground Historical Society had a wonderful evening as they introduced and inducted their new president, vice president, their treasurer. They had a great night. And it was a night of celebrating. It was a night of celebrating all the people who have worked so hard. And Miss Jenny Byers, who has been president for 18 months, talk about a lady who works hard. And she has turned the gavel over now to Miss Karen Jordan, who already works hard. So it's going to be very interesting to see how in the world can Karen get any more in than she's already doing. I don't know how she's going to do it because it is a big responsibility, but I can guarantee you she will handle it. You know, there's something about a tiny town. Whether you're talking LJ, Talking Rock, Ball Ground, any of the tiny towns that we serve, there's some great history in all those towns. And if you're new to the area, if you've just moved in, you need to get to know, does the town have a historical society and do I want to become a part of it? Because it's very interesting to look at the history. The one thing about the history of Ball Ground is the history of the Cherokee. Because, oh my gosh, that was a place where Cherokee were removed on the Trail of Tears. Very sad thing in American history. But when you think about the heritage and the people who are still looking at 5th and 6th generation Cherokee, who still live in the area, and then all the new folks who've moved in who really don't know about the Cherokee heritage, so it's time to check that out. If you're in Fannin County, I guarantee you there's something interesting going on up there because there's so many beautiful old historical buildings. There's so many things going on in all the tiny towns we serve. You just have to get out and attend a meeting or two and get to know the folks and ask questions. That's how you get the answers. Ask questions. So, you know, when we come to you live at ETC TV3, you will get to see today, you'll get to see Matt Dibler doing the strawberry cobbler. You'll get to see him as he visited with me in my home and spend some time. You'll get to share some music with us. And for those who are joining us on Facebook, you need to know that if you'll pick up the phone and call 706-253-2271, find out what kind of package deal ETC offers because they have phone, cable, internet, you name it, and see if there's anything we can do to make you part of our team. There are areas that we don't serve with the television and with the cable, but there are so many areas that we do serve. So pick up the phone if you're new to the area and see, hey, do you have this service available to us? Well, one of the things we do every day is we celebrate, and we celebrate just the amazing thing that you've gotten another birthday. So happy, happy birthday today to Annette Dorman, to Angel Graham, to Karen Eaton, to Jeannie Ingram, to Sharon Pack, to beautiful grandmother Sharon Pack. She is so precious. And to Brian Silvers, happy birthday to each and every one of you. Today is also a very, very special day in LJ because it is the 53rd anniversary of George and Ann Wynn. Now think about it. 53 years of making it through, and I love their wedding photo because her mom actually made her wedding gown and it was so beautiful. So when you think about in this world where people are doing the throwaway living and I don't care about this and I'm going to leave this and I'm going to do this, think about a commitment that they made 53 years ago. So happy, happy anniversary to the two of you. Some sad news on, you know, everybody knew Harley Cantrell as the sheriff of Pickens County for a long, long time. And his beautiful wife, Trula, was just a dear, dear, precious lady. And I can tell you, I met her up close and personal the first night that I got in trouble for speeding. I was running too fast, way too fast, in a 66 Chevelle. And I got hauled to the old jail. And I will never, never forget walking in the door, and there was Miss Trula standing there cooking for the prisoners. I think there were 6 or 7 prisoners upstairs. This was in the old Pickens County Jail. She had her hair rolled up in little bobby pins, and she was fixing the inmates' meal. and they were processing me because I had been speeding. And I got so tickled I had to get one of my dear, dear relatives to come from Dawson County to help me out on this little problem. But it was crazy. They said, "What's your hurry?" And I said, "I'm trying to get back to Atlanta." And they said, "Well, you're not going back tonight." And it took a while, but I remember how sweet that lady was. And then later, in later years, I learned what amazing cakes she made. I learned what a precious, precious, precious mom and grandmother she was. So the family is laying her to rest. So if you know the Cantrells and you love the Cantrells, please say a prayer for them. And so many people remember when she and Harley actually raised their children in the historical jail that is now open to the public. So think about that. Raising your kids downstairs in the jail where you were housing the prisoners upstairs. And there was an escape or two from that jail. And it's interesting now, you know, we've got all the lights and all the barbed wire and all the razor wire on the jails today, and they got these big bright spotlights out there. And honestly, in Pickens County, we had a little county jail, and it seemed to do the work of the time. So, and to Miss Trula's family, a lot of prayers are being going out to you folks, because we know what a special, special lady she was. All right, today is a day that we're going to talk about giving back. And we're going to talk giving back to the tune of bringing a foreign student here and opening your home to them. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. And we're going to talk about you could make a difference in somebody's life. We also have an opportunity in Pickens County to make a difference in the lives of folks who need hospice care. The Mardi Gras is done once a year, and this year the king is Lonnie Waters. And I'm laughing at this because Lonnie has always been a cowboy and a cattleman and a pig guy, and he loves farming. And to see him all dressed up in this suit and all decked out, it's kind of strange, because I would assume he would be standing here with a cow. But please help him raise money to be king of the Mardi Gras. $10 equals 10 votes, and you can vote for him by sending a check to Georgia Mountains Hospice, 70 Caring Way, Jasper, Georgia, 30143. Or you can pick up the phone and call them at 706-253-4100. So be a part of that. And a part of giving back, I think the event, it's been going on for years and years and years, and Miss Regina Camp was always involved in this, and she really poured her heart into it, like she did everything she ever did. And remember, if you haven't seen her lately, stop by Jasper Jeep and say, "Howdy, Miss Regina, how you doing?" Because leaving the job that she had and that she loved for a long time, she is now at Jasper Jeep, where she is really loving it. So stop by there and see her. Today I am going to share a recipe with you that is so simple, so yummy, and so good. You can do this recipe with either strawberries or blueberries. You can't do it with blackberries. Blackberries need a lot of sugar because blackberries are pretty bitter. But you can do this with the blueberries or the strawberries. And the first time I did it, I thought, you got to be kidding me. This isn't going to work. But I'd learned a recipe up in Alaska doing fish in 7-Up or Sprite. And I thought, well, that added a little bit of sweetness to that recipe. Maybe I could do fruit this way. So I tried it, and it worked perfectly, and it's so yummy, so good. So you're going to get to see Matt Diabler and I are going to be making beautiful, beautiful strawberry cobbler. It was one of those things, once the strawberries come in, you kind of dream up stuff to do with them. And this is such a simple recipe. You have the ingredients on hand. It's not a big deal. Stop by R&A, pick up some strawberries, and run home. And in 30 minutes, you've got it going. It's almost done. By the time dinner is served, you're serving hot strawberry cobbler with some awesome vanilla ice cream. So we're going to share that with you in just a few minutes. So hang around, don't leave us. Remember our sponsors, please. Our sponsors make it possible for me to be here every single day, Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. live at ETC, and then we do Facebook for part of the time. Yesterday I got tickled because when we were at Woodbridge Inn, I said, "Leah, do you want to do the Facebook thing live while we're here having our meal?" And she said, "Sure." And then she kind of looked at me and said, "We going to do it live?" I said, "Yeah, sure." Well, we were sitting in front of a window, so you couldn't see me, but you could see beautiful Leah. And you could hear what we were talking about. And we were talking about the things that are happening in America. We were talking about how we feel about some of the things that have been basically shoved down our throats. We are both business women. We are both moms. We are both very independent women. But we're seeing some things happening in the world that we didn't agree with. And we talked about that a little bit. And we also talked about the fact that if you're a Christian, you live your life a little bit differently than some of the folks who aren't. And so that kind of sets the tone for how we do things. And we shared that. And I told her, she said, do you think we'll make somebody mad? And I said, maybe. I said, maybe we'll also make somebody think. And I said, that's the thing. You know, you think about what path your life is on. What decisions do you make? And it's based on how you want to live your life. It's all about you. It's about you and your family. But it's also about you as a person and how important women are and how we are not to be degraded. We are not to be doing crazy, stupid things that are embarrassing. And we have seen some of that lately. So, and it's, you know, you just shake your head and say, okay, it's your business. You do what you want to do, and I'm going to do what I want to do. And that's how it is. We are free to do any of that in America. So if you did the picketing, the rioting, the craziness, that's your business. But we choose to live our life a little differently. And she and I talked about that a lot yesterday. She's a beautiful young woman raising a gorgeous daughter, and she said, I want my daughter to be as strong as I am and to be able to survive the things I've survived. She recently lost her dad, and her dad was a Vietnam vet. He was a very, very special daddy. And, you know, when we look at the women of today, many of us are stronger and a little bit tougher because we didn't have a dad in our life and we had to toughen ourselves up. Leah was lucky because she had a wonderful dad in her life. And sometimes you look at somebody and say, what made her that way? Well, life makes you that way. And life is all about the decisions that you choose to make. So with that, you know, you choose to live your life the way you want to. You choose to vote who you want to. You choose to do whatever works for you. But be open-minded to learning and listening to maybe a different way of life. And you'll see, sometimes you'll go, wow, I never thought of things that way. And I think that's what being around Leah does for me, because she is the younger of us, but she always opens my eyes to, yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. So kind of share your ideas with somebody, maybe even of a different age bracket than you, but listen to other women and see how they feel. We're going to take a break and we're going to go to a wonderful strawberry cobbler recipe, and I'll be back shortly, and we're going to talk about exchange students who might come and really make your home a happier, brighter place. We'll talk about that shortly.
You have never been so happy, dancing, swinging, laughing at me, smile on my face. It's happiness for days. Flowers in the garden grow, sun will shine on us below. All our days, growing up and old together, couldn't even dream a better, couldn't even dream a better way. You are everything I need, happy ever after we'll be. Couldn't even dream a better, once upon a life together, couldn't even dream a better way. A better way. A better way.
Fountain Roofing has been providing excellent service for 35 years. Let Lonnie assist you in choosing the roof perfect for your home and your budget. Commercial or residential, he can handle it all. Fountain Roofing continues to provide quality workmanship and will provide references upon request. At Fountain Roofing, we've got you covered. Call Lonnie at 706-692-6997. That's 706-692-6997.
Since 1962, Gilmer Towing has been serving the North Georgia area and would like to say thanks to all of our customers. For over 48 years, Gilmer Towing has carried on a family tradition with an experienced and friendly staff that offers 24-hour damage-free towing, unlocks, and four-wheel drive recovery. So when you're stuck in a ditch, tires flat, or car won't start, give us a call. Local or long hauls, big or small, Gilmer Towing will get them all. Give us a call today at 706-636-4TOW.
In today's changing world, some things should never change. Time-honored compassionate services are what families have come to know with Roper Funeral Home. Our professional and courteous staff offers traditional services, cremations, as well as advanced funeral planning, which relieves the burden from those we love.
Hello, I'm Kevin Roper. If you have any questions about the services we provide, we invite you to give us a call, stop by, or better yet, ask a family who has used our services.
We've had Alpha Insurance since our first daughter.
And when we had quadruplets, we really needed Alpha.
Now we need our own insurance with great rates, fast claim service,
and a local agent we know.
And we want a company our kids and grandkids can trust.
Call Alpha.
The best agents in the business. Call Ed Stepp in Blue Ridge.
Georgia Medical Treatment Center in Canton specializes in low-level pain management. We provide a holistic approach to treatment, managing knee, back, and joint pain along with migraines, allergies, and medical weight loss through holistic and alternative approaches rather than pharmaceutical treatments. By offering multiple specialties under one roof, including chiropractic care and neuropathy injection treatment, we create the continuity of care that assures positive patient outcomes. So take the first step to a life free of pain. Give us a call or go online today to georgiamtc.com.
More music involved, isn't there?
A lot more. You know, the Inspirations, we traveled with just piano and bass.
Right.
And with the Diplomats, we have tracks and then piano and then bass guitar, electric bass, where the other one was stand-up bass. So yeah, it's quite a bit different.
It's a little bit different. I asked you today on our morning show, could you dance? And you said
no.
No. Now, we have agreed tomorrow, Dave Garner is going to come on ETC. He's going to dance because we are raising money for our friend Hans, who is battling cancer.
Right. That's right.
If y'all have been watching us, you know Hans is a dear, dear friend. He was producing our show 3 days a week on North Georgia Now Today. He is now in MD Anderson in Houston. He is fighting the fight of his life. So we are trying to raise money for him. We've been trying to sell his cookbooks, and we said you would dance, I would sing. I can't sing and he can't dance.
She said.
We'll do anything.
We didn't say this.
But what I did was I kind of panicked when I came off the set. I thought our ratings would go down the tube. So I've got Dave Garner coming on board to dance for us tomorrow.
I'll donate for that.
We have got to raise money for Hans. We just have to. We're trying to sell his cookbook. His cookbook is available on our website. Now, I'm dressed up today because I came off the set and didn't have time to change. So I decided, you're going to make me a quick cobbler.
Great.
That I don't have to get messy. I don't have to do anything. You're going to make me a fresh strawberry cobbler. Matt, what are these?
That looks like a bowl of strawberries.
It does.
I'm doing good so far.
Matt, what is this?
That right there is butter that needs to be melted.
It does. And what button do we push on the microwave?
I'm going to push popcorn.
You are, because we can't read the other numbers. And Matt, this is self-rising flour. And to this, you're going to add the melted butter. Then you're going to add sugar. And this is going to be so simple. Now, what liquid are you going to put over the strawberries?
What liquid am I going to put over it?
Yeah, because Matt, honey, if you just do strawberries and the crust, it's dry. What do you think we would do?
My guess would be, since that bottle's sitting right over there, would be some Sprite.
How about a little Sprite? We're going to just cover them. Yes.
I'm learning today.
This is so simple. You can make this maybe for Paulette for Mother's Day.
Sure.
Would that be good?
Be wonderful.
It's simple. Look at the ingredients. Flour, sugar, butter, that's your crust. Strawberries and Sprite, that's your ingredients.
And I don't mind doing that as long as it's something easy and I can remember.
Gotta be simple. It must be simple. Let's talk about the morning show.
Okay.
You come on Tuesdays.
Right.
And you drive a long way to do this.
But I enjoy it.
It is so much fun. It is so much fun.
It's a good drive normally. If I leave on time, it's a real good drive.
Yeah.
If I don't leave on time, then it gets a little
bit stressful.
But it's a beautiful drive, and I enjoy the community that we are working for, because they're just like in the situation of Hans. I mean, they're just coming out and they're helping.
Absolutely.
Everybody's been affected by cancer one way or another, and so everybody knows what he's going through to a degree.
Right.
And so everybody wants to help. So that's one of the reasons why I come, is just it's kind of a change up from everything else that I'm doing, and just getting away and getting in there and just enjoying it. But yeah, Tuesdays are a good day. So.
And we call you the precious co-host. You have always been so precious. Now, the idea that you are still getting more hits than me on my website, sometimes I'm offended by that. But I don't know why they do that, but when you stepped on stage with the Diplomats, you'd been gone from the Inspirations, 5 months? You were a little bit nervous.
Oh, yeah, quite
Took you, 6 weeks to kind of get into the mold?
Yeah, I still get nervous all the time. I mean, I always got nervous with the Inspirations, but still, it was a little bit more nerve-wracking because you don't know how it's going to be accepted, and this is different. And but you have to realize, you have to get to the place where you say, well, I'm doing this for the Lord.
That's right.
And I'm just going to do it for Him, and He's opened the door, and I'd rather walk through open doors than to stand on the outside of an open door. That's
right.
for sure.
That's right.
And so it's been good.
And the opportunity was almost, we know there was a divine intervention.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy was here at my house. He went skateboarding. He hit his head. He wrecked. He looked like he had been chomped up by a lawnmower. A couple of days later, he starts having chest pains. He thinks it's from the fall. It's a heart attack. And then you stepped in, and it has been absolutely perfect.
In between, I had been, that was the first time I come back to the show.
Right.
And they had been there, and that was, you know, I remember you calling and asking if I was ready to get back on the show, and I said, I don't know, but we'll try it if you want to.
Yeah.
And they were on that particular show, and we sang a few songs together, and that just was kind of the start of how that worked out. And then when Jimmy went in the hospital, we went and visited him, and I hate that he had to go through a bypass surgery to get me to sing over there, but I'm glad that I'm singing with him.
Well, it was funny because somebody asked me after the show that day, when I put You With Them on the set, I got an email that day, and they said, have you planted a seed? And I said, oh yeah, oh yeah. Apparently. Because I knew with the combination of y'all, and what was it, 2 weeks after that, Jimmy had the heart attack?
That's right. And it's he's done very well, and I have to say he come back within like 4 weeks. So
probably too soon, Jimmy Pearson. Jimmy Pearson, you pay attention to me. Probably too soon. He sure is doing a good job singing, I can tell you that much. And then he just asked me if I just stay on, and I've been enjoying it. I enjoy listening to them, and I enjoy getting up singing with them. We have a lot of fun. I mean, we have a lot of fun when we sing, and that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be enjoyable. There's joy in serving the Lord. So there is. There is. Well, right now, honey, you're going to get joyous. You're going to put this in the microwave.
And what button are you going to push? If I don't burn the butter. That's
Y'all pray for Matt,
I'm going over that way.
You're going to microwave the butter. While I actually, and because I was still dressed from the morning show, I'm going to change before our next segment. I was in a hurry and running a little bit late, but I made up my mind today. I've been on a mission to sell Hans cookbooks, and that's where I've been. That's why I'm late. I've had so many people volunteer to help me. I have so many people who've come on board. Thank you to each and every business who has agreed to carry the books. Hans receives every dime we take in. We're also doing a t-shirt campaign. So when you see us out with a shirt on that says "Eat Like There's No Tomorrow," it is in honor of our friend.
That's right. We also mentioned too that some people may want to buy the books for people that cannot afford it. You know, just donate the money, and you go up on Mondays and have that time together with that meal up there
in McCaysville. Yes,
that's right. And there may be somebody there that can't afford to buy it but would like to help out, and this would be a way they could help indirectly.
Right, and through our website they can also order the book, and we will ship it to people. There's an extra $5 shipping charge. But we just decided, when Hans stepped out on faith to do this cookbook, he had signings set up all around the country. Now he's in the hospital battling for his life, and we decided that we must mass market the book. So you can order it.
And it's not just a paper, you know,
it is amazing.
It is
amazing.
Book. It's got great photography in it, and he starts out by talking and telling his story, what was going on in his life.
Right.
And I like the story where it starts out about, with the old phrase, never trust a skinny chef.
cook. Yeah.
And he said he wanted to explain why, and he goes into the fact that he had
stomach cancer.
Stomach cancer, and he had part of his stomach removed, and that's what took place there.
Right. And his sister died 5 years ago this week. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about Hans and his family. We're going to share this wonderful recipe. And because I don't want to get messy, Matt's going to make the crust. And we're going to show you the simplest strawberry cobbler ever. Hang around, guys. We'll be right back. We'd like to thank Fountain Roofing and Remodeling for underwriting this portion of Heart of the Home. Fountain Roofing may be reached by phoning 706-692-6997. Or check them out at my website, www.heartofthehomerecipes.com. Fountain Roofing is owned by Lonnie Fountain. Thank you for supporting Heart of the Home. You may reach Lonnie at 706-692-6997. Hi, this is Cherie Martin, host of North Georgia Now Today, seen exclusively on ETC3, based in LA. All right, we are back. Now we're back live with ETC TV3. We are coming to you live from LJ, Georgia, in the studios right here on Progress Road. And I love getting to drink out of my cup now. And my buddy Miss Vicki gave me this, and this is so true. It says, some days my life is only 1/10 away from a full-blown circus. And that's pretty much my life. You know, I live it. I started early in the morning. I last till late at night. I'm working several jobs. And anybody who thinks that I'm sitting at home raking in the gravy train got it made is a crazy person. So you can join this circus. All right, Missy, tell us a little bit about you and why you're here.
Okay.
You're not here just to be beautiful. Tell me why you're here.
Oh, sweet. Well, my name is Victoria Patterson. I'm an IEC. Basically, that means an International Exchange Coordinator. The company I work for is Education First, and it's high school exchange year.
Yeah.
Basically, what we do is we bring in probably about 3,500 students a year, just in the U.S. from 13 different countries. Basically, what we're looking for is volunteer host families. We have 3 different ways that we can make that possible or make that happen. One is called an arrival, and what that is the student, you go through the application process and the background check and all that, and then the student stays with you for about 6 to 8 weeks while I
to
find
see
them.
if it's a fit.
To see, well, kind of, sort of, because if it is a fit, then you're welcome to permanently keep that child or that student. However, if you just want to do an arrival, it's only 6 to 8 weeks. It's all you're committed for. After that, I find them a permanent home in the area.
Okay.
And that's it. And then we also have what's called a half year, which would go like from January to May or from August to January.
Wouldn't that be hard on a student putting them in school during that time frame and jerking them out?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
We prefer to do full year students, which is a total of 10 months. They come in August. Well, actually, they get here probably the end of September, where they fly in, kind of get them acclimated to the area, get them calmed down, because it's a nervous process for them.
Sure it is. And the countries we're talking about, can you tell me some of the countries?
Sure. Let me put on my glasses here. I don't want to miss any of them. But we have from Austria, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, Spain, Japan, Thailand, Taiwan, Norway, Sweden, Switzerland, Denmark, and South Korea.
Okay.
So you really have a big mixture.
Exactly.
Like if you would like to try with an Asian student, you have three different countries to pick from.
Now, do these students speak English?
Yes, they have to speak English to a certain level.
Okay.
All of our students are vigorously tested. They have to pass what's called the elite test, and what that is basically a test for English. The purpose for this test is we don't want to bring them over here. They're struggling with understanding teachers.
A hardship for everybody.
It's for the families, for the student, for everybody. So that's why they're very, very well tested.
And between 15 and 18 years old, so we're not going to be diapering or changing or doing the kindergarten thing or the pull my first tooth thing. We're not going through that route.
No.
Okay. Now,
absolutely not.
Have any of these children, are they available for adoption, or are they just here visiting? Are any of them, so?
They are strictly here on a J1 visa.
Okay.
Okay. If they come in September, they have to be back home by June 1st.
Okay.
So, when we hosted Alba, which is my heart, she is my baby. But in any case, she was a 10-month student. Came from Spain, spoke English, and we could understand her. But I don't know if you've ever done this, where you meet somebody from a different country and they have a different accent and you try to start talking. It's like you automatically start talking like them. And my son told me, he's like, Mom, she's not special. She understands what you're saying. But you don't mean to. You just kind of pick up on the accent. So anyways, after we got through that, she was absolute joy. I mean, my parents are flying out in March to go to Spain for 2 weeks to visit her.
Wow.
She's coming back here to my house for the summer. So you build those relationships, and those are not just, a one-year relationship. This is a lifetime. She's the only child.
Wow.
Now she has a brother and 3 sisters, and 2 nieces and 2 nephews. We just had another grandbaby, so sorry.
So now, is this giving them an opportunity just to learn our culture? Is that what this is about?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because we are the leading country in the world.
Correct.
So many things. So it's giving them opportunity.
Yes. And not just that, but it's giving the host family opportunities. They have, let's just say they have a teenage daughter in the house. They don't have an extra bedroom. Well, that's not a problem. They can have a twin bed, they can share a room. But just think about the experiences that those two teenagers are going to learn, or the culture that they're going to learn from each other.
Right.
You know, and not just that, but a lot of our exchange students are so excited, and the first thing that they're excited about for their whole entire 10-month visit is Christmas.
Wow.
Their Christmases are so different, and that's a lot. They don't have Halloween, so they, So what I do is I'm actually the supervisor of the students in the area.
And how many students are in this area right now?
None, because we're just looking for host families.
Okay.
And we start looking early, so that way, if somebody calls in or would like to contact me, the process is a real easy process. It's an online application. You do a simple background check. It's not hard. I come to your home, do a simple inspection, make sure everything you said is accurate. Be 25 years or older, that is important.
Right.
But there's no age range as far as like being an older couple. I have a couple in Jasper that have just decided that they want to host. So you cannot be on government assistance.
Right.
And we do that because we want to make sure that you're able to financially support a student for a year.
Yeah. But they do come here with their own funding as far as their needs.
Correct. You have to provide them with 3 meals a day, 2 basically because they're going to get the third one from school.
Right.
You have to provide them with their own bed, their own bathroom. They can share a bathroom, obviously.
Right.
But they come with their own credit card. And I know that sounds funny, but they do. If they want to go...
I wish all kids came with a prepaid credit card.
Me too.
That would be cool.
I wish my grandkids came with one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if they want to go shopping, if they want, let's just say they get involved in a sports or a club and they want to go out to eat with them after, they're responsible for all of that. So you're not coming out of your pocket as far as that.
Right.
These are volunteer. This is a volunteer position.
Right.
And a lot of people say, why would you want to volunteer? You do it from the love of your heart, for learning different cultures. I've learned so much from Alba. My family has.
Well, it's interesting because when you're talking Spanish, there are so many different Spanish-speaking, like Mexico and South America and Spain. They all have their own Spanish,
just different
but it's
dialects.
Very different.
It is.
It's very different.
It is different. But, like I said, you get to know these students. I learned a little bit of Spanish, not much. But I can say Alba learned a lot more than what I learned. But now, my husband and I, we just took on a young lady from Norway that we're going to host this year. And I also have an arrival student that's coming in from Italy. So definitely looking...
Would you tell them to bring pizza?
I know. Some real pizza.
Yeah, we really want some Italian pizza.
I would love some Italian pizza.
Yeah.
But I'm also looking for a permanent placement for her.
Okay, how old is she?
She's 16.
Okay.
16. And then I have tons. And I kind of skipped out over the process when I was talking about the requirements for the family. After we get through that process, what I'll do is I go into your home, after I do the inspection, we sit down together, and we look at all the different countries. And a neat thing about EF is in the hub, we can put in, let's just say that one of your favorite things is photography and you love to cook. That's 2 of my favorite things. And we can put that in the search engine. So when you're looking for a male or a female, whichever it is, you can kind of get somebody who has those same interests.
Right.
And it makes things a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Because you have things in common.
Yeah.
Because
sure.
my fear was having a student that would come over and want to stay in their room the whole time.
Yeah, that would be strange.
Well, I had a family
that would be unnerving.
Yes, but I had a family that happened to.
Oh, wow.
But it was 2 students. They decided to double place, so they wanted 2 different students. And I don't know if they just were really involved in doing their own thing. And so that's another thing. With this type of program, you have to be a welcoming family. You have to make that student feel like they're part of your family.
Yeah.
Because if you put yourself in their shoes, they're millions of miles away.
Yeah.
They don't
Knowing
have family.
Nobody. Yeah.
Yeah, no family. The only thing they know, and this is another good thing, if you pick your student early, like now, you can Skype with that student, with their family, all of that. So honestly, before they get here, you already kind of know a lot about them.
Yeah.
Which is a neat thing.
That is
And
neat.
we did that with Alba. And we didn't have much time. We only had a few weeks. I came into it kind of late.
How old was she when you got her?
15.
Okay.
And then we had a sweet 16 party for her before she went back home.
How cool is that?
It was fun. It was so much fun. Her mother wanted to come over at Christmas with her cousin. So they came over. And we had probably the best family Christmas. We took photos, and I think I brought some photos as well. But photos with them, they went shopping every day in Savannah at the outlet, because what we paid $300 for a Michael Kors in Madrid, she said was over $1,000.
Gosh.
So
oh my gosh.
I can't tell you how many Coach purses and Michael Kors purses that she
took
had
back with her.
She bought another luggage, another suitcase
That's
to take
crazy.
all her stuff back. So neat little, you have those things that you're always going to...
And see, we don't even think about the dollar difference, because they could come here and literally make money coming here. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
absolutely.
Isn't it? Yeah,
absolutely.
Now, what types of families apply in other countries? Who gets interested in doing this? How do people decide we want our child to be away from us for a year?
I don't know.
Because it's a tough decision.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
We have 4 children, and the thought of them being across the world,
long way away,
a long ways away, makes my stomach sick.
Yeah.
So the people these families that can do it, and we have a lot of American families that work with this program as well that go abroad. But to be one of that family, I think it's extraordinary, because it's hard. And that's why I think we clinged on to Alba so much, because I didn't want her to ever feel that she couldn't have a mom and dad right there with her.
Now, when you told your husband we're going to do this, was he okay, honey, everything's fine, or was he, you've lost your mind?
No, I mean he was okay with it. We found out about it in church. They were saying they needed some families, and it just had never crossed our mind. It's just not one of those things you sit down at the dinner table and say, let's host an exchange student today.
Just bring a stranger into our house and give her a year of our life.
Yeah, so, it doesn't happen like that. But when they announced it, we talked about it. We already have 4 kids, so, it's another one. And most of ours were already gone and moved out of the house. And so we kind of went through that empty nest syndrome. And it was such a fulfilling year. Such a fulfilling year. But again, it's not something that you can just sit down and say, okay, talk about it. And if it's something that
it's going to work for you.
Yeah. She spent more time with me.
Right.
I'm a retired professional photographer, and she loved photography. So she brought her camera.
So cool. Yeah.
She went and shot a wedding with me, which she just thought, she was over the moon.
Yeah.
I love to cook. That's like my main thing. And she liked to cook. So every week, once a week, we would make her prepare one of her Spanish foods.
Oh, wow.
And so that way we could, learn her culture, and some of the things they made, they were just like, no. But I tried it, and she, but the thing was that she put her heart in it. And that's, her and I became very, very close, as well as the kids, my kids. They were always coming up to see Alba and visit with her, and, to this day they still text. They have a group text and always talking, so.
That's great. Now, if people want to get in touch with you, tell them how they would do that.
You can call me directly at 706-972-1937. Or you can email me at victoriaiec@outlook.com.
I was thinking about my granddaughter, Victoria, is 28. She's old enough to do this.
Oh, yeah.
And it would have been interesting. Is there any program like this in Jackson, Tennessee? Because that's where she lives.
We're all over the United States.
Okay. Because this would have been a good learning experience for a person. She's not going to be in Jackson much longer, but it would have been a great experience for her had we known about this.
Well, the good thing is, if she decided that she wanted a student and she moves, that student can go with her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's just a matter of picking, getting the school, getting the high school on board and all that.
Now, let's talk a little bit about that, because they're going to have 1 year in school in America.
Correct.
Okay. Is there any possibility of them getting another host family to have another year, or do they have to go back?
They have to go back.
They have to go back.
Yep.
So they couldn't graduate here.
They can graduate, but it's probably like in Spain, if and I'm sorry I used Alba, but as a host mom, it was easier for me to explain. But She obviously was only 15/16,
Right.
so she didn't graduate. But we do have a lot of students that come over that are 17 or 18,
Okay.
and they graduate here with the high school, which is a whole nother experience for
Yes,
them.
yeah.
But when they go back to their country, they may have more requirements or, different credits. But it is an accredited program. So, I mean, they do get time for their studies and
Wow.
yeah. So it's a great. We've been in this particular part of the business for 50 years, just in exchange students.
And when these kids come over, can you imagine what it's like to leave a tiny foreign country and come here and just see? I mean, you're thinking about Italy, which is about the size of, and here we
A potato.
are. Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
right.
And you're just like, man, can you imagine the opportunity that they're given by doing this?
They're given such a great opportunity, but it's also scary. I mean, I would think if I would have went abroad, but I have people
Right.
tell me, Sue from Gilmer High School, love her, she was just telling me the other day that they had an exchange student, and her son went abroad, and I think she said he went to Switzerland, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah, yeah.
But she said it was such a wonderful experience, and I want to.
And I'm thinking you pack your kid up here in Gilmer County, you send them to Switzerland, they end up in this little college up in the Alps or in wherever, and they're walking with the sheep and the goats. That's my picture, is sending your kid to Switzerland. So.
It's a different experience, that's for sure. But I think it's a great experience.
Yeah.
Especially for a small town. A lot of these kids come from small villages. Now, my husband and I, we were stationed in Europe, in Germany, and we chose not to live on base.
Yeah.
We lived in a little village. And let me tell you something. We walked down to the bakery every morning and got fresh bread for breakfast.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Everything is right there.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of like coming into LJ or Jasper or any of these, and we, as far as me, I go all the way out to McKaysville, to Young Harris, down to Canton and Ackworth. So any of these people that are watching, any of the audience here, is more than welcome, to take part in this and let's bring some of North Georgia to these students, because there's nobody here.
Do you think anybody ever goes back with their accent and says, "Hey, y'all"?
That's a funny statement that you just said, or question actually. My mom texted me the other day, and Alba contacted her and said "y'all" in the first 5 sentences.
That's funny.
Because she was like, "Gigi, are y'all coming to Spain? Are y'all going to do this?"
I love it.
And my mom was cracking up. She called me and she's like, "Oh my God, what did we do?"
What a better experience for a kid. Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's awesome.
It's awesome.
It's awesome.
So anybody, who's...
There's something about our lifestyle that is just, it's kind of warm and welcoming. And, we have some friends here who adopted a couple of Russian kids, and they've grown up to be just amazing, amazing young adults. And you think about the culture that they left, and then coming here and how different it is in these North Georgia
mountains. And they're given
mountains.
so many more opportunities, I think, here.
Absolutely.
My daughter's getting ready to move to Scotland.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I'm thinking to myself, she's like, "Just come to Scotland, Mom." I'm like, "No problem."
Yeah, no problem. Okay, give your phone number again, and we're going to see if the pictures are ready.
Okay. It's 706-972-1937. And again, it's Education First High School Exchange Year. And you can also look on the website if you need to, which is efexchangeyear.org.
Okay. And we had a problem with the pictures working. They tried to download them into our system and it didn't work. Sometimes we're compatible with certain things. It must have been one of those days that it just wasn't. But was it of your family and of?
It was. It was some of our experiences with Alba, and then also when I had probably about 7 or 8 students in Savannah. And so I scheduled a radio show with them. So they all got to go to the radio show. They all got to probably 5 or 10 minutes of talking about their experience, where they're from. And so pictures of that. We just had a really, really good time.
Well, if you'll do it on a DVD, and next time you come back, just make sure, because we have a DVD that works perfectly.
Yes, and I apologize. That is my fault. But
I told her DVD, y'all. I said the right word.
She did. She did. I messed up. So,
yeah. Now,
but you can also go to my Facebook page because I have several
tell
albums.
folks how to find your Facebook page.
It's Victoria Patterson Photography at Facebook, or I'm not sure how that goes. Victoria Patterson Photography, and then you can always click into my albums, and you'll see Alba's journey. Tons of pictures. You know, make a story of your own.
Yeah.
You know, call me and host an exchange student. I promise you, you will not be let down. And just so you know, if there are any issues and they're not compatible, we do take care of that, and I try to mediate and try to solve the problem. We don't just pick a student up and just move them. But if there is, we're always there. Our office is in Boston. We have an extremely awesome team of people who are there for us. We're not just left out here in the dark, not knowing what to do.
Right.
So I don't want the host family to feel like.
And sometimes you just don't click, and other times you immediately bond. I have a friend who brought a young lady in from Germany when she was like 17 years old, and she today in her 50s, they are still very, very close. And it worked perfectly. It just was a perfect fit. So.
And my parents brought in a young lady from Germany. It was a horrible experience.
Wow.
It wasn't through EF, but I was obviously like maybe 15 or so. Wild. But they're not always like that. You know, and that's the neat thing about when I come to your house and we sit down and we look through the students, you're getting, the sooner you do it, the more time you get to Skype with them and try to get to know them a little bit, to see if you connect.
Yeah.
If you feel like, you know what, I just don't think that this is going to work, we can always look for another student, and vice versa. The student may feel like, you know, I really didn't want to live in Georgia in a small town. I want to live in California.
Right.
They have that option to do that.
Sure.
And so there's a lot of different things that you can do. You know, the main thing is just getting North Georgia involved. We want these kids to get involved with the community. And, you know, I'm from LJ and living in Jasper now, but our communities are awesome. You know, when we come together for something, we come together.
Yeah. See, I would be afraid of bringing an exchange student in if I lived in Atlanta. I wouldn't bring anything in if I lived in Atlanta. So I wouldn't get a puppy if I lived in Atlanta because of the crime rate.
Right.
But up here, you're not
faced with that.
putting anybody into danger.
No.
So this is the perfect location. All right, we've got to take a commercial break because without our sponsors, we would not be here. And a big thank you to my buddy Ed Singleton. Talked to him this morning, and he was on his happy way over to Dawson County to play golf, of course, and I told him to hit that little white ball and kill it. Don't forget your local Subways. If you're thinking about lunch, buy lunch for your crew at your office. Just run by Subway and pick it up and give back to the community because he is always giving to somebody around here. We'll be back shortly.
With speeds up to 150 meg, ETC and Ignite delivers more shopping, more music, more learning, more streaming, more speed to power smartphones, movies, and streaming video, more speed for more devices in your home, and more room in your budget with ETC's low pricing and bundled discounts. Get the fastest internet around with Ignite's new 150 meg. More speed, more savings. Call ETC today.
Proverbs 4:26 states, "Ponder the path of your feet, then all your ways will be sure."
Too often, investors are looking for instant gratification or some secret formula for success.
The prudent, however, have pondered the path of their money, invested with a vision, and based upon a plan that drives the selection of their investments.
We believe the prudent approach is to have a strategy and patiently work towards your goals.
Give us the opportunity to compete for your business, because at Kiker Wealth Management, the wisdom is in the planning.
I'm Lawrence Smith, University of Georgia. Today we have John Davis, former Georgia Tech All-American, and Frank Ross, captain of the Bulldogs' 1980 National Championship team in a Subway showdown. Subway.
How many Subways does Ed Singleton own? He just up at number 17. He started in my hometown of LJ. Yeah, but he graduated from University of Georgia.
Hey guys, who's hungry?
It looks like Subway and Singleton Food Services Incorporated, the winner again.
All love Subway.
Chevy runs deep in Canton at Bill Holt Chevrolet. Deeper selection, deeper discounts, and we're letting everybody know it. Not just Chevy buyers in Atlanta. Chevy buyers in Blairsville, Blue Ridge, Jasper, and LJ. If you're out there, we're right here with one huge selection at Truck HQ. Always get our lowest prices and friendliest service. Online, BillHoltGM.com.
'Cause when you're talking trucks, you're talking Truck HQ.
At Blue Ridge Dermatology, we believe your skin is vital to your health. That's why each of our providers gives personalized treatment recommendations. Let Dr. Mills do a thorough exam. He specializes in all skin conditions. Jamie Savageau is our nurse practitioner who specializes in skin disease. And our physician's assistant, Patrick Martin, is a certified injector for facial rejuvenation. Our certified laser technician, Donna Atosco, performs laser procedures with the latest gold standard equipment. Susan Newton is our medical esthetician. She specializes in chemical peels and skin tightening. Let one of the staff at Blue Ridge Dermatology help you look and feel your best.
When Mike leaves town, it's a little scary. You never know who might be outside. But we feel safer inside, knowing our home is being monitored by a local company. I can check our alarm from just about anywhere. So when we get home, I know it's safe.
Get peace of mind for your family with a local company. Switch your current security monitoring to ETC Security and get 6 months monitoring free. Call ETC Security now or visit etcsecurity.com to learn more.
Whether you're swimming in the sea or splashing in the pool, making a masterpiece, or just making memories, writing a great American novel, or writing your term paper that's due tomorrow. Whatever you do in life, Farmers is here to protect it. For all your insurance needs, call Donald Curtis in Blue Ridge.
At ETC. We're back. Okay, now, this is a program that is not for everybody, number one, because it's going to bear a little financial burden on the host home.
Non-profit.
It is a non-profit company, but you know what? The reward. If you have the money, you have a home, you have the space, why not do this?
Why not?
Why not try it?
And you're not really putting out a whole lot of extra money.
Right.
You know, it's just
because you already have your room, you already have your utilities, you're already doing all this
It's
stuff,
an extra meal.
Yeah.
It's an extra meal.
Yeah.
You know, and
how many of us don't throw away enough scraps to feed 3 people?
You know, I yelled at my granddaughter last night for doing that.
Uh-huh.
You know, I said, there's so many kids that don't even have a half a sandwich, and you just threw it in the trash.
Right.
But you know, I mean, it's fun and rewarding experience, and I'm talking from experience.
Now, can people go to a website and look at students or kind of get familiar with just the whole,
The whole process?
Yeah, when you're talking about the countries that they could come from, you know, these all, there's such a variety.
There's such a variety.
How would you decide? How would you decide?
The easiest way is to pick out, you want a girl or a boy,
Mm-hmm.
okay? If you say, like this couple in Jasper, they have more of like a Poland heritage.
Mhm.
So they want to go towards Switzerland and
Okay.
up in there.
Okay.
So, you know, some people are drawn like that. Some people have
that's
no
a good
clue.
Idea. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Some people have no clue. I had no clue. I saw Alba's picture and I was like, I saw what she liked to do. We had things in common. And I said,
And where's
that's
she
it.
from now?
Spain.
Spain, that's right.
She's from
Okay.
Madrid.
Yeah.
And I knew right then she was it. But if you don't have any choice, you know, if you don't know, best thing I can suggest, again, figure out if you want a boy or a girl. Secondly, we can go in the computer, in the hub.
See, I wish my son-in-law would consider doing this because he's German. And he's German, he's such a good structured guy. Everything about his life is so structured. I think he would be a good influence on anybody. And it would be interesting.
It wouldn't just be from Germany. We have Austria, you know, we have Netherlands. A lot of these different places still speak in German.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I don't know if those two do. I think
Yeah.
Austria does.
Yeah.
But there's just different aspects of it, you know. Like I said, put in different hobbies.
And
that
he doesn't have any grandkids, so this might be a way for him to test drive, see if he really wants grandkids.
Host family number one.
That's right. I see this happening.
But it is. It's a very rewarding, and a lot of people don't see that. But once you do it, and you experience it, I told my husband we weren't going to do it again because it was such a hard goodbye for us. And so we took last year off, and this year I was like, but I miss that interaction.
Yeah.
My kids are gone.
Yeah.
My grandkids live with me, but they're 2, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
It's different, you know?
Yeah.
And so we're going to host a young lady from Norway.
Oh, cool.
And so, you know, help me fill up the schools in your area.
Yeah.
You know, all the schools are on board. I've already been to Blue Ridge, Pickens, Gilmer. They're so excited. Gilmer County has not had exchange students for at least the last 2 years because I talked to the principal, Miss Carla, and she said she's so excited. So we definitely need host families here in Gilmer County. Blue Ridge, They want to put me on the radio because they want host families. They want some exchange students. They want some diversity. They want some culture brought into their schools.
Yeah, it would be awesome. Now, when your exchange student went home, did she take some of what you taught her with photography? Is she now more interested in it?
Very much so. Very much so. Since then, I've
so it could be a career for her because of her year here with you.
And she also wants to be a when you speak two languages. I just lost my train of thought.
Translator?
Well, not a translator. Where you speak to
bilingual.
Thank you.
Okay.
I couldn't think. I just
my little sweet redneck Tyler. I love you. You know, there's something about Georgia, and we we make fun of. We're all rednecks, and
we're all rednecks.
I'm such a redneck, and I laugh about my little son-in-law. Tyler reminds me of a young Lonnie Fountain because he's just such a good guy. And I said, there's so many good folks in these communities that would never get to travel to a foreign country, but to get to have a relationship now with somebody coming in from Spain or coming in from Norway or coming in, we're never going to get to go there, but we would experience it through them. So that's really, really cool.
My mom was a teacher at Gilmer Middle for many years, and one of her students came in one day, and they were going to take a trip somewhere, and he told her, he said, I've never left Gilmer County.
Wow.
Not even to Atlanta.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Even I've been to. Yeah. Wow. That's
so
crazy,
it's touching. It's like it's heart-wrenching. Honestly.
Yeah.
You just want to pick them up and take them.
Yeah.
But Alba loved to travel. We took her to St. Augustine. That's the first settlers from Spain.
Right. I can remember going to that old fort.
Yes.
It's so beautiful.
That's the first settlers from Spain. So she was able to, experience that.
Yeah.
Of course, now she set me straight because their old buildings, she said, are nothing compared to what their buildings are in actual Spain. They're like 400 or more years old or whatever.
Yeah. You think about what you just said. We are a new country. We are a new country. And all these people coming from Europe, they're looking at us like we're the babies.
Like, are you crazy?
Yeah,
That's not old.
We're the babies, but we've excelled so much. And it's interesting to think about that because their architecture is just amazing.
We used to, when we lived in Savannah, we went there a lot because it's just neat. The whole place. It may be touristy, but when you're bringing a child that's actually from Spain into a place that is our little Spain, I guess you would say, she not only, she got excited because when I don't know if you've been on the little red bus tour, they kind of drive you around. Well, where the visitor center is all Spanish flags. So she was excited. She had to have her picture with the Spanish flags behind her. So it's so much.
Well, again, we've got just a minute, so give your phone number one more time.
Okay, 706-972-1937. My name is Victoria Patterson, and I am the International Exchange Coordinator for the North Georgia Mountains.
There you go. There you go. I hope you will give a thought to this. I had two people in mind, and they were like, "Oh, we're too settled now. We do da da da," and I said, well, "Think about it. Think about it, because it is something to think about." And knowing the age limit, it would have been perfect for Victoria to have had somebody there while she was in her year in Jackson, Tennessee. Number one, it would be companionship for her, and she was involved in the band and all kinds of stuff in school, and they could have had a little, I wish we'd have thought of this.
Yes, the ages.
We missed the boat.
The ages are 15 to 18, so again, like we started out the conversation, it's not like you're diapering anybody or having to put them in a car seat.
Don't do that. All right, we're going to leave you now where rivers, mountains, and good friends meet. Tomorrow, my buddy Pastor Asa Dockery is going to be here with me, and we're going to continue to talk about, we hope, inspirational, encouraging things happening in America. This is 2017. I don't think I've ever felt this good about America, and I am looking to a very successful, very good 2017. Based on real estate sales and jobs and the market, we're seeing so many changes. I think it's going to be a great year, and I hope Pastor Asa will be prepared to just pray for 2017, and let's get us going at a really great rate. Isn't he awesome?
He is awesome.
We'll see you again soon, only on ETC TV3 and Facebook Live. We'll see you after a while, y'all. Here back again, 5 o'clock trading time.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am.
Cause this one's going fast. Here's a little bonus, girls. I'm gonna